my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, this is going to be a longer video, like most of my videos aren't. I'm going to be doing a very chatty, full face, get ready with me. And by full face, I mean full face, all of it. That's why it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. And I have talked about this before in other videos, how I cannot stand it when people bash the YouTuber way of doing makeup. And so what I thought I would do as I apply my makeup today is celebrate the YouTuber way of doing makeup. Now, hear me out. I do know that there have been trends on this platform and makeup application things, ways, I don't know how you want to word it, that were very ridiculous. I don't really see that anymore. It could be that it's because I don't watch a ton of makeup content anymore, just because I have other stuff happening and I just don't have the time. Also, I don't watch a lot of the larger channels, and I don't watch, most people I watch are closer to my age. And I do kind of feel like in years past, the real wonky, unreasonable, unrealistic, unnecessary makeup trends were done by the younger crowd. Well, maybe that's a generalization and a stereotype, but I do kind of feel like that's where I would see it most commonly. And I learned pretty quickly when I started watching YouTube videos that the younger quotient was not going to be helpful to me. I found people that were closer to my age that I just jived a lot better with. But I will tell you that there's no way in the world that I would have my YouTube channel and sit here and put makeup on in front of you guys if I hadn't started watching YouTube videos in 2018. I have learned so much from watching YouTube channels. And I know I would not have learned enough to feel confident enough to sit down here and do my makeup in front of you guys. Now, that does not mean I am an expert or I do everything right or I know exactly what I'm doing all the time and I have it all figured out and I know it all. No, I never will. I'm not a professional makeup artist, nor do I ever want to be one. This is just something I love, I feel very passionate about, and I really enjoy putting makeup on. All kinds of different makeup. And like I just said, I've learned so much from watching people, tons of different people, put their makeup on this space, that if I hadn't done that, no way would I be here. I wouldn't know enough to do this. So rather than bashing the YouTuber way, I'm going to celebrate it. And I'm going to talk to you about all the various things I've learned. Well, maybe not all lots of various things I've learned as I put my makeup on. What I do want to start off by talking about, though, before I get into the makeup application, is skincare. I have learned so much about skincare from watching various skincare channels here, primarily James Welsh, I will say, that it's revolutionized my face. Okay. Now, I wish I had found the skincare stuff years and years and years ago, because I put my skin through hell growing up. Just didn't take very good care of it because I didn't really know exactly how to take good care of it. And I was too immature and lazy to really invest time and energy into my skincare. My skin hasn't been, too hard to deal with, but I definitely had a lot of acne breakouts as a kid. I've got some acne scars on my face. I don't know, didn't give two hoots about it. When I started watching YouTube videos in 2018, I was also watching a lot of skincare stuff too, because it's kind of always been incorporated, I feel like, in a lot of the makeup channels, and it just revolutionized my skincare. I will say that I learned pretty quickly that my face is not one that loves tons of products layered on top of it. And I will say that, I used to watch channels where people would put like 19,000 things on their face. And I'm like, I didn't try 19,000 things on my face, but I tried several and my skin was like, no, I'm a minimalist with my skincare. So I need like a affordable but good cleanser, toner, some serums, a couple different serums, and some face oil or moisturizer. Good to go. Don't need anything else. And I'm very fortunate that my skin is, I think, partially made out of leather, so I don't have to have super fancy skincare products. I don't have to spend thousands of dollars a year or a month or whatever on skincare. Very minimal, which I love. But again, I would not have known what to use if I hadn't watched the YouTube videos to learn about what is good for my face and my skin type and all that stuff. So it's just been amazing, amazing. So I did do my skincare this morning. I used a grapefruit, like real fine exfoliant, and then grapefruit scented, and it's like Walgreens brand, and then sprayed my face with some toner, and then put the Walgreens brand moisturizer on my face, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a face primer, which I don't always use, but I'm gonna use it today because I'm just celebrating the YouTuber way and things I've learned from YouTube, and this applying primer is one of those things. This is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless Primer, and I've had this forever. I love it. It smells like sunscreen. It's great. I don't know that it's poreless. I mean, that's the thing I will say about a lot of primers, is that I don't think that a lot of them do what they claim. I've never had a primer take away my wrinkles. I do feel like they can blur your pores a little bit, sure. But I mean, I don't know. For me, the reason why I use primer, I just use a little bit, just kind of smear it on my face. The reason why I use it is because I think it helps make the foundation adhere better and longer to your face. And also, I'm using a matte primer because I think it helps cut the glow of the foundation I'm going to use, which I love the glow. But like I've mentioned in other videos, I'll look a little sweaty. So I don't want to look a little sweaty. I'll just put a little bit more on. And I don't put any on my eyelids or anything. I just put it on my face. You know, as you can see. I got a fuzz right here. Yeah, I never even heard of face primer until I started watching YouTube videos. And have found some great drugstore and affordable primers. This is one of them, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I just think it's wonderful. There's a L'Oreal one that I've used. It's like a blurring primer. I love the Believe Beauty Glowy Primer. I'll use a glowy primer if I use a matte foundation, because I think the two of those together just make the foundation look more skin-like. And then the Wet n Wild Radiant Glowy, whatever primer is really good. And then, I don't know. If I can think of more, I'll drop that in my description box. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my brows. And I don't ever do my brows on camera, but I'm gonna do them for you guys because I don't really do anything to my brows anymore. All I do is put some NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel in my brows. I used to fill my brows with stuff. I just don't, because I have enough brows that I don't really need to put anything more in them. But what I will say is that by watching YouTube videos, I learned how to fill my brows in and what would be the most appropriate products for me to use for my brows. I just felt like they looked really fake. And I am not the person that wants the like super drawn on brows. I understand that like some people don't have the bushy grizzly bear eyebrows that I have. And so they do draw on their brows, and that's, I mean, that's fine. That's none of my damn business. Do whatever you want with your brows. I just didn't like how mine looked with a bunch of stuff in them. Plus, I'd always get it too dark. They'd always be uneven. They're still uneven. They're always going to be uneven. I need to have my stepdaughter like do my brows for me, because this, I can see it. This has way more right here than this does. I mean, you know, and my face is super asymmetrical, and it's getting more asymmetrical as I age. But anyway, just using this brow gel, I wouldn't have known that this existed until I saw somebody use it on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, that's what I need, because my brows get all ding, ding, ding everywhere. And this just helps keep them calm. Okay, now I'm going to prime my eyelids using the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. This is a mess. I'm not going to show you the nozzle, the cap, because it's a mess. This is older. I need to get something new, or a new tube of this. And I'm telling you, eyeshadow primer blew my mind. Blew my mind. Never had used eyeshadow primer prior to watching YouTube videos. Okay, come on. There we go. I just put a little bit on my finger and then just blop, blop, blop. That's it. And you know, sometimes we'll see people who will use so much eye primer, and I'm like, you don't need that much eye primer. and then they take a brush and smooth 90% of it off their lids. I'm like, again, we can all do what we want. Just saying. That might be part of the YouTuber way that is a little obnoxious, right? Just lathering on eyeshadow primer. I don't get it. Anyway, and I probably have too much of it on now, but I had never heard of eyeshadow primer before I started watching YouTube videos. And I will tell you that I wouldn't use it, of course, obviously, because I didn't know it existed. And my eyeshadow would never stay on my lids, ever. It would start there, but by the time I got home from work, all my eyeshadow would be gone. And that doesn't happen at all anymore. My eyeshadow pretty much looks the exact same when I get home as it does when I leave. So that, and it's from the, I swear it's from the eyeshadow primer. It also could be from the fact that I probably use better quality eyeshadows as well now. But I'm telling you, man, it's a huge help having the eyeshadow primer. And, you know, it took me a while to find the right kind for my taste, you know, like I've used very tacky primers. I've used emollient primers, which is my favorite. Hold on, I need to find my little spongy. I use a little spongy to kind of soften this up a little bit and just disperse a little bit better and have it not be quite so thick. So, and it looks like a hot mess for a while, but just trust the process. That's another thing I learned from watching YouTube videos is trust the process, because most often things turn out just fine. This is why I typically don't film this process, because it takes me a hot minute and you guys are probably thinking, so anyway, just bear with me, folks. But I started off by using like the NYX, what are you doing, Bitsy? Why do you want to be up there? She's up on my drawer thing. I'm gonna have to get her down probably here in a minute because she's gonna make a bunch of noise and knock a bunch of stuff off. Anyway, I'm just using a wipe to get the excess off that I don't need. I started off by using the, NYX Proof It, and it's great. I love it, but I don't know. I'd always have to set it because it was too sticky, and I don't know. Steph sent me the P. Louise, what's it called? Just the P. Louise eyeshadow base, or I don't know. There's something more to it, I think, in the title. And I used it, and I was like, this is so awesome. Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to get Bitsy down because she was making too much noise. There's a bag up there and that she likes to tooth it. And I'm like, can you not tooth the bag really loud while I'm putting my makeup on, sissy? Anywho, just realized that the P. Louise consistency was amazing. Took me a minute to get used to it, but once I got used to it, I loved it because I felt like it made it easier for me to blend my eyeshadows over the top of it. And I do have the Nonny eyeshadow primer, which I love too, and I need to use that. I do. It's just that, you know, I'm just used to the more emollient primers now, so I don't know. But I really love the Nonny, and I think it works really well too. So now I'm gonna put my eye look on my lids, my eyeshadows on my lids, eye look, whatever. And that's something else I learned from watching YouTube videos, also from my daughter, that it's better for me to put my eye looks on before I put my base products on, because inevitably I will have fallout, and trying to clean up fallout when you have your base products on is not my idea of a good time. If you choose to put your base products on first, high five. I think that's wonderful. It just works better for me to do this way. And like I said, I wouldn't have known until I started and my daughter. Okay, what palette am I going to use? The Natasha Denona Rocha palette. I have not used this palette since I did my 4 looks video with it. And I feel like this palette has gotten some hate. And I don't get it, because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Yes, you know, it could have more purple in it, sure. But this was Natasha's vision, and I love her vision. I think this is a beautiful palette. And what I did in that 4 looks video, which I'll link in my description box, is I wanted to do 4 very different looks, because people were saying, oh, everything looks the same and you can't do anything creative with it, and it's all gonna look the same. No, that's not true at all. So I just want to do something fun with it, something that I would do with any palette, you know, this application process wise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this shade here called Orchid. I'm going to use, what is that called? Eclipse. Yeah. And then I think I might use this shade too here. This is called, oh gosh, I hate that my Velour, I think is what it's called. I hate that my eyesight is so horrible. Velour, yes. And then for the shimmers, I think I'm going to use, Oh boy, that's tough because they're all so beautiful. I think I'm going to use Concord. And I'm thinking maybe Star Girl or Regal. I don't know. I don't know, dude. There's so many beautiful shimmers in this palette. But starting off with using Orchid in my transition area. And of course, well, before I get going, let me find a brush. And there's no way in hell I would have ever learned how to apply eyeshadows the way I do now if it weren't for watching YouTube videos. And my daughter was the one who got me the ColourPop Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette. And then I was like, with the brushes, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And she's like, well, go on YouTube, Mom. And that totally revolutionized my life, right? I would not have my channel, I promise you, if I hadn't done that, you know? And I've learned so many amazing techniques from watching YouTube videos. And, you know, I hear it get bitched about, you know, well, putting the transition shade down first and then the outer V and the shimmers on the lid, that's the YouTuber way. And, you know, that's ridiculous and that doesn't work. And it's like, it does work. It does work for a lot of people, not for everybody. Right. Doesn't work for some people. No. But I would say over 90% of people, that's how they're going to apply their makeup. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's not the YouTuber way either. I have watched a ton of professional makeup artists who do their makeup just like that. And I've also watched professional makeup artists that don't, but most of them do. And, you know, this is an artistic expression, I believe, makeup application. It's our artistic expression. And I think people can express themselves however they so choose with their makeup application. And just because it's done a certain way does not, I don't think it means it's the YouTuber way. It's the way that, like, I think looks the best, makes the most sense, is, you know, applying the transition shade, the outer V to, you know, or a halo eye or whatever. I mean, but there's a bajillion different ways and combinations in which one can put their eyeshadows on. And I don't think any one way should be made fun of or bashed on. I really don't. I have seen, though, folks that, you know, excuse me, my stomach's growling, that don't apply their makeup in the traditional application way that looks amazing. And I've also seen people do it where I'm like, uh-oh, this is not going well. And so that, I don't know. I just think you got to learn what works best for you. And what works best for me is the way I'm applying things right now. And I understand that this might get real boring for some folks because they want to see it done a different way, or I don't know what. And, you know, then my channel's not the place for them, because I have found what works well for me, which is what I'm going to do in this look today. And I love it. I love how it looks on me. And that's, I think, the most important thing too, is that if you love how it looks on you, then you do it that way. And don't listen to anybody tell you that that's the wrong way to do it. What I really get frustrated by are the creators who will tell you that it's great to do your makeup however you want to do it, and then put down the way that they don't do their makeup. Like, they want to promote the way they do their makeup and put down different ways. And that's just, that drives me bonkers. I just ask that you not support that, please. I don't want to cancel anybody, but don't support that kind of crap. You know, if you hear a creator that's saying things like that, I think you should just X out of their video, because I just think, no. Who are you to tell somebody that it's wrong to do the YouTuber way, or it's wrong to do their makeup any way? But then also have it be the, oh, do your makeup however you want. Huh? Makes no sense. My stomach. Jeez. I ate too. I don't know why my stomach's growling, but it is. Okay. I think I'm pretty much done, but I just want to add just a little bit more over here. I feel like I'm doing a better job at applying eyeshadows on this lid lately versus this lid. I don't know why. And maybe it's all in my head. It probably is. But I don't know. And I took this too far out over here, but whatever. Whatever, I'll fix it. Okay, that looks okay. I don't think it looks amazing, but it looks okay. It's not the eyeshadow's fault, it's my application. So now I'm gonna go into Velour and put that around the outer edge of that shade. I need to find a small little brush here. Okay, another thing I've heard people say is that like, you don't have to, if somebody tells you you have to use something, like you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way, you don't have to. And I'm thinking, well, I've never heard anybody say you have to do something anyway. Like I really have never watched anyone that says you have to do your makeup like this. I've just seen people put their makeup on and say, this is what works for me, and this is what I like to do with my makeup or whatever. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody say you have to. If somebody said that I had to do something, I wouldn't watch them anymore, because who are they to tell me I have to do anything? But I don't ever hear that. Do you guys hear that here on this platform? I don't ever hear that. I don't know. I think, and I've mentioned this in other videos too, when I very first started watching YouTube videos, I was watching like the people that would pop up in my feed that I'd never seen before, didn't even know who they were, like I'm very late to the game, okay? Very late to the game. I had no idea who most people were when I started watching YouTube. I mean, how would I, right? And it took me a long time to find a lot of other people that everybody else was watching. I don't know. Anyway, I was just watching folks that were a lot younger than me, and their application process was a little bizarre, like the big concealer triangles. That to me is more like the YouTuber way, right? From like 2018 and before. And I thought, what? And I tried some of those things and it did not work at all. And I was like, this sucks and I'm no good and blah, blah, blah. But what I found out is that there were a lot of other people on this platform that were closer to my age and putting their makeup on in a way that made sense. I also know that there are creators, I don't know so much anymore, but there was creators who would really put their makeup on for the camera. And I remember Robert Welsh talking about that in some of his videos, that, like it can be a little deceiving because number one, people are putting way more makeup on in videos than they would in their, normal lives, because they're thinking about the lighting in the camera and they really want the makeup to show up. So they're putting on more than they normally would, or they're using like darker, like a couple shades darker foundation so that it shows up even more. And so that can be a little bit deceiving, obviously. And that also, people will use filters at times and, do. And I get all that, and that's goofy. But not everybody here does that. And you can definitely find people that do not use 8,000 pounds of makeup on their face. And even if you do, that's totally okay. This is not a bash. I promise it's not a bash. But I do want to see it, like more realistic makeup application processes. And that's just what I ended up finding. I kind of just took it upon myself to let go of the, I'm going to go back in with Orchid. I just kind of took it upon myself to let go of the stuff that I was watching that was not helping me and kind of do my own search for folks that were doing things that worked for me. And luckily I was able to find that very quickly and loved it, And I just started learning all of these amazing techniques and trying out different ideas and different color combinations, and wanted so desperately to get comfortable with color. And I wasn't at first. And then I was, and I was like, yes, this is amazing. And then, like I've mentioned, I was terrified of blue eyeshadow. So I'm like, damn it, I'm going to conquer my fear. And I did. And now I love blue eyeshadow. And then I was weird with pink eyeshadows and I conquered my fear with those. And it was wonderful. Or with pink. Yeah, pink eyeshadows. Yeah. And so it's just been so awesome. It's been so awesome. And again, I would not have gotten to how I feel like I'm pretty decent. I'm not, no, I have a long way to go, and there's lots of stuff I don't know, and there's lots of stuff I could improve on. I know that, but I do feel like I am good at putting my makeup on in a way that I love and that I think looks really nice on me. You may not agree. That's okay. But it's because of YouTube. It is. And I'm not ashamed of that, and I'm not gonna bash it. I think it's great. Okay. I don't know, this eye lately, you guys, has not been making me very happy. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm leaving it like that for now. And now I'm going to deepen up the outer V with Eclipse. That shade I don't love because it's too dry. Ugh. Okay, and I did get a brush out. Okay, good. And I think too, like just learning the different areas of the eyelid are really helpful too. You know, like the outer V. I didn't know what that meant. And now I'm hearing people, you know, it's not really a V. It's like, it is a V. Like, it's a V right here. This is a V. Anyway. The transition area, the crease, the lid, you know, all those things. It's just, I don't know. I love all of it. I love learning about all of it. I've loved learning about all of it. And it's just so fun. It's so much fun. And I just owe a lot of credit to, oops, okay, I don't need to smack that with my arm again, make a bunch of noise that I don't need to make. I just really credit a lot of the people all of the people that I was watching for helping me along the way. And it's wonderful. Like, have I already talked about Annette's Makeup Corner? She was super inspirational for me because she's got hooded eyes, hooded eyelids, whatever. And, you know, very helpful in, you know, makeup application. Nikki Raven, another person who was super helpful for me. Leora Hillel Goldberg. I mean, my God, she's amazing. I miss her presence so much here on this platform. I just loved her. She was so wonderful. And she and I are very good friends. And I haven't talked to her in a little while, but we do talk. And I just love her. She was so helpful. Hindash, amazing, amazing. Jackie Ina I watched for a long time too. Wonderful. Let me think here. Jeez, I don't know. Well, Robert Welsh, like I said. Angelica Nikovich, I watched her for a long time. But I have let go of the larger channels just because I feel like they've changed so much, and I just don't relate to them anymore. You know, they're just hard for me to relate to. And I've made so many friends here on this platform since I started my channel. And I really enjoy supporting their content. And I like their content better, honestly, because I just do. They're more fun to watch, and they're very relatable, and they're not too big for their britches. Anyway, now I'm gonna go back into Orchid and just blend out the Eclipse shade a little bit because it's got a harsh edge and I want to blend that out a little bit. You know, like using a lighter shade to blend out a darker shade. I learned that from watching YouTube videos, and I love that. I think that looks great. And I know that some people don't, and they don't need to, and okay, but great. But I love to do it because I like the gradient it makes, and I don't know, it's just easier for me to blend it with a lighter shade, and I think it looks beautiful. And again, I think I just said this, but I'm going to say it one more time. I would not have learned that without watching YouTube videos. Also, something else that I really have enjoyed by watching YouTube videos is seeing people who will take very different colors and put them together and have it make sense, and how to do that in a way that's not a murky mess and, you know, doesn't look strange. It looks beautiful, you know, because I learned, not always, but I watch other people, you know, take very juxtapositioning colors and put them on their lids in just a beautiful way. And so that was really helpful too. You know, I learned how to do the cut crease technique, which I've heard a million times. The way I do it is the YouTuber way, and it's the wrong way. And no, it isn't. No, it isn't. I learned how to do that by watching professional makeup artists. And sure, there are professional makeup artists that don't do it that way. Okay, so what? But there are some that do. I don't know. And even if I learned the cut crease technique the way I do it from watching just the random YouTuber that's not a professional, so what? It works, it's effective, it looks awesome. So, you know, I don't know. It's too bad that people are so insecure about themselves and so insecure that they do it differently, that they can't just accept the fact that, or just acknowledge that I don't have the skill set to do it this way, so I have found my own way. Okay, great. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done blending for now. I think it's gorgeous. Love these shades together. So now for the shimmers, I am gonna use Concord right here, and then I'm gonna put Stargirl towards the front. Yeah, I mean, they're all such gorgeous shimmers in here, so you can't go wrong, but I love Concord. It's this beautiful grape, kind of metallic purple, just lovely. Another thing that I have just loved so much about the YouTube space is finding out about the indie brand. Ooh, that's so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? God, that's pretty. Finding out about all of the indie brands that I love now. You know what I mean? That's also come from Instagram. But I mean, there's no way in the world I would have found out about the indie brands. Steph is another person that really turned me on to indie brands because she's so knowledgeable. And also Steph's makeup application, and she's not a professional makeup artist. She might as well be, in my opinion. But like her application techniques and talent is just incredible. I learned so much from watching Steph. So much. Not your basic Steph. You know, she really helped me. And, you know, just my friends that I watch here as often as I can have also taught me about tons of different brands and also application ideas. You know, like Jan Van putting the light matte in her inner corners. I mean, that just blew my mind. I never would have thought to do that, you know, never. But she shared that with me and I was like, oh, okay. Like I think she challenged me to do it in a look or something. Our collab, right? I think. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. This seems weird, but I'll try it. Love it. I love it. I might do that today, actually. I think I will. I just think it looks so soft and beautiful, and I love it. Sometimes I feel like certain shimmers can really age me when I put them in my inner corners, which, I mean, oh God, tons of fallout. Holy crap. See, this is why I do not put my face makeup on first, because holy crap-a-nini. And I even sprayed that shade. But damn, she just fell apart all over me. Well, I don't think I sprayed it the second. I don't know. It's okay. But that's why I like to do the eye look first. Anyway, because I mean, could you imagine if I had to clean all this crap up off of a foundation? I'd freak out. And yeah, I know I do have primer on, and I'm probably going to take a little bit of the primer off when I clean it up, but who cares? Who cares? And I don't always use primer, you guys, but the reason why I use it today is because I wanted to, you know, just an example of what I learned from watching YouTube. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Stargirl and put that towards the front. This is a really beautiful, very flippy shade, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. And I'm very sad that this palette got the yuck that it got, because I just think it's absolutely stunning. Okay, put this here. Ooh, yes. Oh, isn't that gorgeous, you guys? This beautiful like lavender and kind of pinky, just, it's gorgeous. God, it's gorgeous. And, you know, I've also heard people bash monochromatic looks, and so dumb. You know, I mean, yes, okay, that maybe isn't your aesthetic, whatever, but monochromatic looks are gorgeous. They can be, for sure. Any look can be gorgeous, right? Any look. So, and also, like, I learned what kind of, that there's a bajillion different kind of shimmer formulas, right? Or consistencies, I guess I would say. You know, there's metallic, there's the wet look, there's duochrome, multichrome, there's flaky, chunky shades, there's not flaky, chunky shades, almost said flanky, chucky shades, you know what I mean? So I don't know, just, I could go on and on and on, which I will in this video. You guys are probably already gone by now. You're like, I'm out of here, about all the various things eyeshadow wise I've learned here on this space. It's been wonderful. And then I do think I will go around, where's that brush? Oh, right here. Go around one more time with Velour, the lighter kind of lavender shade. Just go around one more time. Now, as you can see, I think you can see this, Reggie's downstairs crying. You can see the primer around my eyeshadow. And what I do when I go off camera, I might do it today on camera, this video is going to be really long, is I take my face powder with a brush and just go over the top of that so that it doesn't look quite so primery, you know what I mean? Because I'm going to fix this right here too, because I really struggle with this part of my eye look for some reason. I don't know why I do, but I do. It always looks weird to me, and I never really get it right. Quote unquote right. I don't know what is right. Is Reggie crying, sis? He's okay. He likes to yowl when no one's downstairs with him. He likes to yowl because I think I don't know, thinks if he yowls, we're going to come downstairs. And not right now, buddy. Doing my makeup, dude. So I cleaned things up with the wipe, cleaned up great. And I did put a little bit of my primer back on. And now I'm going to apply my foundation. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation in 203. Okay. And it's kind of messy and there's not a ton left, but I have enough. So basically what I do is I just squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. Like this much. This much. So not very much. And then I'm going to apply it with a damp sponge. Now, it's another thing I learned about, or from YouTube, is number one, about so many awesome, affordable foundations, and also how to apply foundations with a damp sponge. Now, I know people, you can use brushes. I've tried it. I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not meant to be a debate. It's not meant to be an argument. I just don't like to use a brush to put my foundation on. I just like to use a damp sponge. What I do is I take my sponge, I get it filled with water, I wring it out a little bit so it's still pretty damp. It's not all the water's not out of it. And I just use it to put the foundation on. And it doesn't lift it off my face. It doesn't soak up all the foundation. I don't have to use 4 pumps of foundation. I just use, you saw how much I used, not very much. I take the excess that's on the back of my hand and put it on the sponge. And then I just start blotting it on my face. And I mean, yeah, some of it's still on the sponge, but most of it's on my face, right? You can see. And I most likely will not have to apply anything more. I don't use foundation anymore. I don't use concealer anymore because I don't like what it does to my face. I think it makes it look cakey and weird. Just because, you know, I do have quite a few fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes now. I do kind of miss using it though, because I really like the brightening effect that it had. And I need to just keep messing with it because I can, well, the CoverGirl, or what was it? L'Oreal, what was the one, the Age Rewind? That probably would still work. I don't know. I just decided to give it a break because I just didn't like how it was looking under my eyes anymore. And I just have never gone back to use it. But I have several concealers in here that I need to use because, and I don't know why I shut one eye and leave one eye open. I don't know why I do that. I make all kinds of faces when I put my makeup on, and I own every single face I make. I don't care. For whatever reason, my brain thinks it needs to do that. My brain thinks my face needs to do XYZ. Let her fly. Go ahead, face. I don't care. I've seen people also get all weird about it. Who cares? Anyway, my husband has made fun of me, which that's fine. He can make fun of me all he wants. I make fun of him too. Anyway, this is a little too dark for me, honestly. It's more of a summer foundation, but I just love the way it looks and the way it settles on my skin. And like you can see, I have plenty of foundation on my face. This sponge is not soaking up all of the foundation, and it's not lifting the foundation off of my face either. And again, there's no way in the world I would have been able to figure out that you can dampen a sponge and put your foundation on this way without watching YouTube. No way. I used to just put it on with my fingers, smear it on with, I can still do that. And I think that's a great way to apply your foundation because I think it helps it settle well. And I think it helps like warm it up right away, is using your fingers to apply foundation. And this is always a tricky part for me because I do like to get the foundation in here. And so I just kind of squeeze the sponge and put it in there. And sometimes it can F up my eyeshadows and then I just go and fix it. But it's kind of a tedious process, but whatever. It's not that big a deal. It's just, what I do. And also I like to make sure I drag my foundation down here, under my chin, because this is going to give me a line. It's going to give me a little bit of a line, but whatever. It's obvious I have foundation on. And I do have better shades in my collection, but I don't know. I just really like this foundation. And I got it from watching, I can't remember who used it. Was it Andy maybe? I don't know. And another thing too that I just love about this space is the fact that there are so many women, my stomach is growling, there are so many women close to my age, 50s, if not older than me. I am 50. Women in their 50s, if not older than that, who are so into makeup and who use bright, colorful eyeshadows and who don't give two shits about, you know, what the society or the world around them says. They're just going to go for it. I love that. That's so inspiring to me. So inspiring to me. It's wonderful. I think it really does help lay the groundwork for those that are younger than we are. You know, like, don't give it up, girlfriend. You keep going. You keep going. You keep using that colorful eyeshadow. You know, I love that. So now I'm going to powder, and I'm going to use the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. Again, I don't think I ever powdered my set my foundation with powder prior to watching YouTube. I just would slap my foundation on, and I don't know. Again, why have I said this yet? Very minimal makeup application for me, okay? Because my skincare was so atrocious that I couldn't really wear foundation or it would break me out because I wasn't taking care of my face. When I started taking care of my face, it was a whole other situation, right? And I'm sorry for making so much damn noise when I tap the brush. Okay, so just gonna apply this starting with my forehead first and then just kind of move down my face. And I just use the one powder. I know some people will use multiple different powders. You know, I've seen all kinds of different powder applications over the years. And I just feel like one powder works fine for me. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess I could use a glowier powder. I don't know. I just, oops, I'm getting it all over myself. Oh, I got it on my pants. I got it on my shirt. Geez, Erica, have some class, would you? But I don't know. I just really enjoy just the one powder. I don't know. How many powders do you guys use when you put your makeup on? Do you use like a setting powder and then a glowy powder? I don't know. What kind of powders are there? I'm just setting my foundation so it's not so tacky. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, it just kind of dries it and just keeps it locked on my face. Although it's not going to stay totally locked on my face all day, but it might actually, no, never mind. This foundation does stay on my face all day. When I use the BB cream stuff, that usually wears off a little bit, which is fine, you know, I think. Okay, done. Put the lid back on. Now I'm gonna bronze my face, and I'm going to use my Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island because I absolutely love this. Okay, get a brush. Yeah, I'll use this brush. My stomach, my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys, it's so gross. And am I going to pan this? It looks like I'm getting ready to pan this. Woohoo! Again, would not have known about bronzer without watching YouTube or how to apply it. Or the difference between contour and bronzer, which I still... I don't know. I think I use bronzer to contour my face. So whatever. Yeah, I mean, I never would have known about that ever. I mean, sure, I'd seen bronzer on the shelves in stores and stuff, but what the hell to do with it? You know? And bronzer, I think, is such a versatile, and contour, whatever, such a versatile product because you know, depending on what shade it is and what undertone you have and what skin color you have, whatever, you know, you can use it as blush, eyeshadow, bronzer, whatever. It's really cool. I like that about it. Warm tone versus cool tone bronzer. I mean, this is more warm toned. I think I have some more cool tone bronzers, but I usually, I think, gravitate more towards the warm tone, right? That is not always easy for me to determine, you know, warm versus cool with certain things. Certain things I can right away, but other things I'm like, is that what And I also want to say that just because I'm applying things in a certain way does not mean it's the quote unquote right way to do it, nor the only way to do it. There's tons of ways to put on bronzer, and you can do whatever the hell you want. I do think that, you know, there's the reasoning for me with bronzer, I kind of use it as a contour, like I said, is just to add some dimension to the face and some shaping to the face because you kind of blank it out with your foundation and powder. So then, you know, going back in with the bronzer just kind of helps, you know, define my cheekbones and, you know, kind of like makes this area look a little less blah, 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 because I have that turkey waddle now. I hate it. I hate it. And then, you know, putting it up here just kind of makes the forehead, just the shape of the forehead look a little different. And I just think it looks nice. And there's lots of times that I don't do this. I just don't even put bronzer on. But lately I went through a phase where I wasn't putting bronzer on at all, just because I felt like it's totally unnecessary. Okay, stomach, stop it. But I do like how it looks, so I start doing it again. And you do whatever you want, okay? I mean it. You do whatever you want. If you don't want to put on bronzer, don't do it. If you do, go for it. So now for the blush, I am going to use the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell, because I love it. And I'm going to use a shade here called Night and Right. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. And I mean, blush, I think I'd used 2 different blushes my whole life, you know, like CoverGirl or Revlon or I don't know. And I remember coming onto the YouTube space and beauty space and watching videos and seeing all these beautiful blushes from all these different brands. And I'm like, you know, so fun. And also how to apply blush. I don't think I'm that great at it, honestly. I think sometimes I put way too much on and then other times I don't put enough on. And basically how I do it is I just, you know, obviously put the brush into the pan and then I just stick my stomach. I just stick to like the apple and then up here a little bit and that's it. And I know that some people like really bring their blush like right under their eyes or they'll do it down here more or I don't know. But I just leave it. I just, you know, just right in here. That's it. And then I usually will take the sponge and just kind of tamper down a little bit because I don't know, sometimes I just get real blush happy. And this blush doesn't play games, okay? I'm not joking around here. It's very pigmented and it's beautiful. I love this blush palette. This is my favorite blush palette I've ever used. And it was a gift from Steph and I cherish it. It's so wonderful. And it's got so many great tones in here, you know? I mean, I don't really know that I would ever need to use anything else. I do on occasion, of course, but I really love this. Really appreciate her sending it to me because it's really pretty. And Reggie ended up over there on the bed. Can you see him? No. I don't know when that happened, which is great. He can be in here. That's why there's cat hair flying around in here all the time because they both like to hang out in here. I probably shouldn't let them and then I wouldn't bitch about the cat hair. So now I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of blot it over the top or like bounce it over the top of the blush. And I did that with the bronzer too, just to kind of make it look a little less, I don't know, just less. Okay, so now this right here, see, this is what happens too when I start tweaking on my eye looks because I'm like, wait, I don't like that right there. I don't like it right there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna do my lower lash line. So I will start off by putting the Eclipse shade down across the entire lower lash lines, and then I'll probably take Velour and smoke it out a little bit, or blend it out, smoke it out, blend it out. And, you know, like I used to always put liquid liner on my lower lash line or like gel liner down here. And I just don't like that anymore. I don't like how it looks. I really would rather put eyeshadow down here. I think the gel liner on me looks super harsh. And it just, I don't know. I just like to put eyeshadow. I think it looks a lot better. I used to also put stuff in my water lines, which I think looks so good. And my eyes are just like, nope. Nope. But again, there's another step that I would not have known, that you could put eyeshadow down here. Like, I didn't know you could do that. And also I didn't know you could put eyeliner in your water lines. Like, you know, very late to the party, folks, very late to the party. But it's just been, that too is just so incredible to see that. I'm like, what? You can do that? Wow. That is effing amazing. Really. And, I mean, I have a ton of gel liners in here that I am probably just going to give to my daughter because I'm just not using them anymore. I could use them like on my upper lids and stuff. Duh. Erica. I'm having a little sidebar conversation with myself right now. And also like the brush aspect too, like just learning about different brushes, what size to use. Like I love to use smaller brushes now. I really do. I need to find a different brush to the other shade on my lower lash line. Okay, this has green on it, but it's just stained. Okay, I'm gonna take this and just, oops, my hair. Come on, hair, don't do that. Is just run it right underneath my stomach, run it right underneath here, just back and forth. And then it just kind of takes that harsh edge of the Eclipse shade away, and then it adds like a nice little soft touch, I think, blended out touch, kind of diffuse the edge of the Eclipse down here. I think that looks really pretty. And then I think what I'm going to do is use my liquid liner, or my water activated liner set palette, whatever, and put that on my upper lashes or upper lid so you guys can see that. I had never heard about water activated liners, ever. Never. Or felt tip liners. That's another thing that I got from watching YouTube, is the, Wet n Wild breakup proof, and the several that I've used over the years. I've used many different kinds of felt tip liners. Love them. They work so well for me, and I just love applying them because they work so great. I think it adds a nice finishing touch, and I don't know that I ever would have even understood what that was for without seeing people use it here. I mean, I sure I would have seen it, and I probably did see it. Well, okay, I used to use liquid liner, that comes, okay, I still have this. I haven't even opened it yet. This kind of liquid liner. I've used that before a bajillion times, but the felt tip liner, I never used it before until I saw people using it on YouTube, and I thought, ooh, that looks cool. I'll try that. And man, I absolutely love it. And I know it's not for everybody, no, but I'm just really happy that I found, this is just my take on it, okay? Just what works for me. So now I'm going to use, I'm going to put this away. Well, no, I'm not, because I'm going to hold on. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put this shade right here, this shade called Sweet Pea, in my inner corners. And this is an idea I got from my Janny Boo, is putting a light colored matte in the inner corner rather than a shimmer. And I just freaking love it. It's amazing. It's such a wonderful idea and a wonderful way to do this. Oh, something else I need to do too before I put my eyeliner on is I need to take my powder and take it around the edge here so that that primer line goes away a little bit, because it looks not cute. So I'm going to do that too. I'll show you how I do that. And I saw that from watching a YouTube channel. I don't remember who it was, but the creator was like, oh yeah, see how that looks weird right there? I'll show you how you can get rid of that. And I was like, wow, cool. Thank you. I mean, just incredible. And I not everything I've watched here, I've been like, oh wow. Some of the things I've watched here, I'm like, huh? So I'm not saying that like, I think everything's great. No, I don't. But a lot of it I do think is really great. Okay, I'll just use this brush. Okay, so now I just go into a little bit of the powder, and I just take it around the outside edge here. You can do it with any powder, really. And sometimes it works really well, and other times you kind of have to do a few layers of the powder before it really covers up the primer. Because what I need to do is I need to find primer that's a little closer to my skin tone. The one that I have from Juvia's Place is very bright. And, or what would be probably more helpful is if not, I don't take it clear up to my brow. Duh. But nonetheless. And then, if you want to put bright shimmer underneath your brow, you can do that too and cover it up that way. But I don't feel like doing that today. So I'm just taking my powder and trying to disguise that primer. I was going to use the Jolie Beauty Water Activated Eyeliner Palette, but I'm not going to, because I need a whole different setup, and I don't have enough time. So I'm just going to grab my Wet n Wild felt tip liner and use it. I thought I had clean water. I don't, and I just don't want to. But I will use that palette in another video for sure. Okay, so I basically just start here and go out here with this, and it's just so easy to put on. And it's really nicely pigmented, and it dries really well. It doesn't bleed usually. Sometimes it does. Like it'll kind of go up onto my lid, but it's not very often. And then what I do is I just take the tip and I go like right at the base of my lashes and kind of on my waterline a little bit, just because I don't like to have a bunch of skin peeking out underneath here. I think it looks funky and I don't like how it looks. So I don't love how this looks either because I'm getting all jaggedy, but yeah. And sometimes I'll get it in my eye a little bit and I'll have to use a Q-tip to kind of clean it up. But yeah, that's what I do. And this is too thin. I don't like how that looks right there. There, that looks better. Yeah, that's it. So I'll do the other eye so that this isn't going to take so long, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so both eyelids are done. Now I'm going to put on my mascara, which is the Maybelline New York Sky High, which I freaking love this. Another thing I found through the YouTube space here is about this mascara because I had seen other people use it and I was like, oh, okay, that looks great. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it. And I got a little tube of it. I ordered some stuff off of Ulta and I got a little tube of it and just loved it so much. So I thought, okay, now I'm going to get a big tube of it. And I do think it's one of the best, it is the best mascara I think I've ever used. And I don't put a ton of mascara on. I just put a little bit on, you know, like one layer. And I just, yeah, looks great. I love it. I'm going to do my lower lashes too. And I remember for a long time, when I was growing up, I would never put mascara in my lower lashes. I just wouldn't. I don't know why. Yeah, looks great. And, you know, I've learned so much about many different mascaras from, well, I almost keep saying eyelashes. Oops, that got a little clumpy. I don't like that. Let's not have clumps, okay? Let's not do that. Normally this doesn't do that. I think it was just the way I was applying it. Like the Essence Lash Princess mascara. Gosh, I don't know, tons. I've had people send me really nice mascaras like the Banger from, was that Makeup Mecca? From my friend Linda. And then like the GRWM. I don't know. It's just so great, you know? Stuff I would know. I mean, how the hell would I have ever known about that stuff? I hadn't been watching YouTube. Okay, so now I think I want to try something fun with my lippy. But I got to grab something. Hold on. I want to do an ombre lip using the Menagerie Cosmetics Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Luna, and then the Beauty Moon Cosmetics lip icon in M10. Now, I do not talk when I put my lipstick on. That's something that drives me cuckoo, is when people put their lipstick on and talk the whole time, because they're like, it's like, just put your lipstick on. So what I want to do is put the Luna shade on the outer part of the lip and then the lip icon in the middle, or yeah, and my lips are kind of chapped, so hold on a second. I might cut some of this stuff out. And that side done. I'm going to do this side. I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to do the bottom lip. This is what I'm nervous about. It got it too thick on that side. I kind of overdrew my lips a little bit, and look how crooked it is, but it's okay. I'm going to leave it like that for now. And now I'm going to go into the lip icon and just put it in the middle of the lips, if I can. Oh yeah, okay. And again, another trick I learned from watching YouTube videos is how to do an ombre lip. And I'm not good at it, but I'm trying to get better at it. Yeah, that looks great. The important thing is to use 2 different colors of purple. You know, one darker, whoops, shit. One darker, one lighter. Oh, you guys, my stomach. Yeah, I like that. I think it looks pretty. Although I don't know that they're just so similar in tone that I don't really know that you can even tell that I did an ombre lip, can you? Maybe. Okay, last step here is the highlighter. I do want to put highlighter on because I didn't know anything about highlighter when I got into, started watching YouTube videos, makeup videos. So I'm going to use the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Enchantment Palette, and I am going to use this shade right here because I love it and I think it'll look great with this look. I love this so much. Grab my brush. Yeah, I can remember the very first time I saw somebody, I don't remember who it was now, but somebody apply highlighter. I was like, oh, that's amazing. And I, excuse me, that's amazing. I almost hurt myself by breathing too hard. And I remember I went and got a highlighter at the drugstore. Or, I don't know, maybe I had one from Ipsy or something here and I hadn't used it yet. I think that's what it was. And I put it on my face and went to work. And my coworker's like, you have highlighter on. Yes, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That looks so good on you. That's awesome. And yeah, I love it. And I don't always use it. I sometimes just forget to put it on. And I also like to take my sponge and go like this, just to kind of tamp it out a little bit. My hair looks horrible. And I'm not going to dry my hair for the end of this video. I probably should, but I'm not going to. It's not about my hair. It's about my makeup, damn it. But I am going to film another video after this. Can you believe it? And I will dry my hair for that. And I'm going to put some down my nose because people love to bitch about putting highlighter down the nose and how horrible and stupid it is. And it's the YouTuber way. And I love how it looks. I think it looks gorgeous. And I'm going to put a lot right here too. I think that looks pretty right there too. Somebody said it looks like snot. I'm like, okay, snot looks that good. Sparkly and I mean, I don't know, is that elf snot maybe? Anyway, oh, my stomach, knock it off stomach. Okay. Before I film my next video though, I apparently need to eat something more than what I ate already. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I really like how this makeup look turned out. What do you guys think? Let me know about that in the comment section. I do wish I'd used maybe a darker purple because yeah, you can't even tell that's an ombre lip anymore. Oh well, that's something I'm still really learning how to do. I would love to chat with you guys in the comment section about creators you love to watch, techniques you learn from the YouTube space here that you really love and that you've continued to use throughout the time that you've been applying makeup or watching YouTube videos. I just want to have a real big celebration for the YouTuber way because I think it's wonderful and it's brought me here. I would not have my channel if it weren't for watching YouTube content, YouTube makeup videos, creators. No way in the world. Because I would not have learned it well enough to be able to come on here and feel comfortable putting my makeup on. And of course, there's tons of things I don't do very well, and there's tons of things I could do better. And I'm not a professional, never have I claimed to be, nor will I ever be. But I just love this so much. And instead of coming on here and bashing it, I wanted to come on here and celebrate it. So let's do that, please. Can we have a fun celebration for the YouTuber way in the comment section? I would love that. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.